is this, Wednesday? I am in Springfield, Illinois. Don't tell Tim, Murphy, and Steve. Just kidding. I couldn't see them anyway. If I could. So let me get my scissors before we start. Here we go. All right, guys. So anyway, so the selections for tonight's fabrics were Teal Bears and pigs. This pig is okay, kind of cute. I've got another pig that's better, so we'll do that some other night. Anyway, hey Honey Bunny, hey Matt, hey Drew, hey Misty. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay. Anyway, so I also changed my story for tonight. I am going to still talk about my jobs I've had that I haven't talked about, but instead of talking about the people I've fired as well, only because the ones I really want to talk about are the ones that where I still work. So I don't want to infringe on anything. So I'd rather not talk about those people. So it's going to be Rick's other jobs that you don't know about, and Rick's early bar days. So again, Matt, you may not know some of these. So okay, so put these facing each other on the long side. Yeah, it was a long day today. Chicago, then Merrillville, then Wheatfield, Indiana, then back to Merrillville, and then now here in Springfield. So a lot of driving. All right, so about a 1/4 inch away from the edge. Hey, Chip. All right, so the other jobs I've had. Now, Matt knows about some of these, and I actually skipped some because before I left Tampa, I had a couple other things. One was an endeavor. One was my first business endeavor. Yeah, I think it was. So, just like a lot of cities, Tampa had its own gay pride parade. You know, back in the 80s and early 90s, and so I'm gonna go along the short edge. And so, hey, Doug. And so in Tampa, I convinced a coworker of mine, David Mishler, who is also a bus driver, to go into business with me to do a lawn service. It's kind of crazy because I hate cutting grass. I mean, I was born and raised on 10 acres. I cut that crap every week. So why would I want to do it for a living? Anyway, so, but what I convinced David was there was only one gay and lesbian lawn care service that was providing lawn service in Hillsborough and Pinellas County. So I figured there's going to be a lot of people that were wanting to spend the money this direction. So I'm going to go all along the other long side. So we also had another niche. Yeah. We were willing. Oh God, now Katie's going to watch this. Sorry, Katie. Close your ears, Katie. Just kidding. So we were going to do a lawn service with a special angle, if you paid the extra, that we would cut your grass, if it had fence, in a bikini or a thong. If you all hang up, I get it. But I convinced my straight friend David to do this too. So, and out of like the 30 accounts, only 2 of those asked that. So, I don't know. So, so yeah, so that was kind of a weird endeavor. And what was funny about it is David came with me to the Pride tables where we set up a booth, and we just had a regular folding table. We put our big mower in front, and we had business cards. That was it. And we picked up 30 accounts that day. So, not bad. But then when I got management, because what David and I would do, we would cut grass in between our split shifts when we were both bus drivers. So I sold him my half, and then I went into management. So, yeah, I can't be a politician now, can I? Like that would be the reason. Anyway, so we're going to leave about 1.5 inches in between here, guys, so you can pull this back inside out. Also, when I was in management at the bus company, I worked in downtown. And again, I like working more than one job at a time. So the YMCA was high. So I actually did front desk and so I did that too, just for a minute. So yeah, so those were some of the other jobs that I had throughout my lifetime. And of course now, you guys know, well, when I moved from Tampa, went to Napa, ran their bus system for 6.5 years. Then when I moved to Kansas City, my job was to take care of and run the elderly and disabled transportation services. So, and I already explained that one, but after that fiasco, because I was working about 120 hours a week. So that's when I quit, and then I found Examinetics, and so I don't know if you guys know pretty much what I do right now. I manage and help out my technicians. We normally do OSHA compliance testing, where we do hearing tests and respirator fit. You would think it'd be hot right now, but people don't want to have their face on masks right now, because we normally have the same mask to be put on everybody else's faces, and so they're like, oh no, that's gross, even if we sanitize it. So we have stopped most of that. To now, what we're doing is doing temperature screening for vital employees all across the country, which is why I've been traveling a lot more, even, and a lot more by car. So I can drop off equipment, plus I can dictate my travel better, because flights cancel left and right, and so I don't like that. So okay, I tacked up one side. So anyway, and make sure that again the folds are the same direction. So and as you guys know, most of you know, Matt and I own a couple of stores. Even though Matt runs them 100% of the time, I try to help him. Like making pillows, which I've done with this fabric. I've made a lot of the shower steamers, which you guys might be familiar with, and some shave butter and stuff. Also Midcoast Modern, which is, that was the first store. And then, so yeah, so that's been pretty much my jobs. And from now on, that's it. I ain't doing no more. This is it. Once I leave Examinetics, whenever that is, I don't plan on doing anything else except maybe the stores. The stores are fun, really are. So let's talk about Rick's first years of going out to gay bars. This was hilarious, sad, both. So anyway, so here's the tax again on both, making sure they're the same. So when in Florida, back in when I was 19, back in those days you could drink. It wasn't 21. Again, you millennials have no idea what I'm talking about. So in the state of Florida anyway. So all right, let's get Rico and this getting ready. So I'm gonna stitch along the long side first, guys. Stitch this hole that you remember the gap we turned inside out. I like to stitch that first so it can be together so I don't mess it up. So anyway, even though, and I know a lot of my other friends my age felt the same way, even though I was going to go to a gay bar, and I didn't want to go to a local bar because I didn't want someone to recognize me. And I know, you say, well, if they're there, they're gay too. I didn't care. I didn't want them to know if I was gay. So, I drove 90 miles to Tampa, Florida to go to my first bar. And again, guys, ladies, this is well before the internet and well before GPS and all this other stuff. So, where does one find out where the bars are? I had no clue. So, I drove all the way to Tampa. Okay, now we can start sewing. And I still didn't know where to go. So I'm going along Hillsborough Avenue, and I'm just looking for a sign. I don't know what kind of sign. I don't think even the pride flag was out at that point. Out. Anyway, so I was getting hungry, and then I saw the Subway restaurant that was open. And I wanted to go, might as well go there. And I saw one car. I thought, okay, maybe there's only one person in there. I can ask, because they will know who I am. I don't care. And there was only one customer, and there was one employee working behind the counter making the sandwiches. So the other customer was sitting down, and I am. Okay, I'm going to go real slow on this side because it's more than one layer, guys. So, I went up, and I'm nervous, and I went to the guy making my sandwich after he made my sandwich. I said, hey, do you know of any gay bars? And he went, gay bars? Oh. And I'm like, shh, be quiet, And he goes, nah. We used to joke about one off of Kennedy Boulevard. And I said, just tell me the name. So, and I think it was called Rosie's. I don't remember. I think it is. Maybe some of my Tampa friends can remind me. It's closed down now. So, and, so it was a gay bar. And I went to it. And I was nervous, of course. Didn't know what to expect. And didn't really see any kind of man that I would find attractive. Except, of course, and this works on both ways, guys, straight bar, gay bar. Doesn't matter. They put the attractive person behind the bar. So you can buy drinks, right? So that's the only person that I thought was kind of attractive. And he was friendly to me too. I was stupid. I was naive that, he thought I was cute too, but it was, he liked my money. So anyway, so that was it. So eventually I started getting braver, and I would go to a bar in Orlando. There's one in Orlando that doesn't exist anymore. That was called the Silver Hammer. It was off Mills Avenue. Going along the other side, guys, short side, and it was like a neighborhood bar. For those who live in Kansas City, it's sort of like 303. So, very neighborhood-like, very nice people and stuff. And it was also very close, if you guys don't know this, it Orlando is home of, well, it used to be the Orlando Naval Training Center. Navy guys. Anyway, so so I went. Hey Austin, hey man, haven't seen you in a while. So I went to this bar, and I'm shooting pool with this guy, and Matt, I know you're gonna find this hard to believe, but I was nervous and I didn't make any moves. So, or at least I did. I thought I did. So, so this guy name was Mark Owens. Yeah, I remember. So now I'm gonna go along the side one more time. And so, you know, it's a school night, work night. So I'm like, I thought I was hitting on him. And I'm like, okay, just getting away. So I just say, hey, Mark, I'm gonna go. Nice playing pool with you. Nice meeting you. He's all right, man. See you later. And I'm thinking that was it. And so I'm walking out to my truck. And as I'm getting to my truck, he yells at me. He goes, hey, Rick, can you give me a ride to the base? And I'm like, hell yeah. So he gets in my truck. You know, and the base is like not even 10 minutes away. So I start giving him a ride. And we are like, hold on. Okay. Within 2 blocks from the gate where I would have to drop him off. And then he just said, okay, I'll go home with you if you get me home in the morning. So I did a U-turn. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. So I do want to tell a sad story that happened at that same bar later on, a year or 2 later. But I have to back up first. Something that I'm not proud of. In high school, even though I wasn't allowed to play sports in high school, my dad wouldn't let me. I was still, you know, in PE and stuff. I was still a jock, whatever. And there was a guy in our class. His name was Jamie Purdue, and it's not Jamie Purdue. It's Jamie Purdue, and that's how he pronounced it. Yeah. So everybody would call him names. Everybody call him gay or fag, including me. Yeah. Just to hide myself, which, you know, stupid. So, because I don't want anybody to know about me. Dumb. So anyway, let's go forward to the Silver Hammer again, and I'm at the bar, and who walks in? Jamie Purdue. Oh shit. So I'm like, I'm trying to hide to no avail. Yeah. And all I could think of was, oh, so embarrassing. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. Oh, actually that looks pretty good. This side a little bit. So again, these respirators, guys, these masks are not meant to protect you like an N95 or P100. These are only like if you go to the grocery store. You can get these at sewkc.com, SEWKC.com. That's Michelle and John's thing. And if you buy one for $15, they will donate another one to a medical person or someone else who needs it. So anyway, sorry, Matt. So Jamie saw me, and he came right up to me, and he says, "Faggot." Yeah. So not a proud moment. So anyway, so I've made my mistakes, guys, and I won't tell you all of them, but just some of them. So yeah, that was definitely karma biting me right back in the ass. So be it. So I do want to talk about some other things. I know I talk about my best friend Kevin quite a bit, and you know how much I've always loved him, and he probably was my first love, even though he is straight. He and I grew up together. obviously. And we had two other friends, Paul, Todd, and Teddy Moore. Paul Todd, he and I actually worked together later on with my county job. And Teddy Moore, we would all play Little League together. So, and I'm only telling you this story for a couple of reasons. One, it's endearing, and two, it's sad. So the four of us growing up, me, Paul, Teddy, and Kevin. In the early 20s, Teddy, because he didn't want to get a divorce from his wife, shot and killed himself. When I moved to Tampa, Kevin called me and said, "Hey, Rick, Paul, Sharon was divorcing him, and he didn't want to divorce her, and he killed himself right in front of her." So, it was kind of Kevin just telling me, "Hey, Rick, I love you." I said, "I love you too, man." He said, "Don't ever do anything stupid, kill myself." And I said, "You're the guy with guns because you're a cop." So forth, so on. The very next time I went to Orlando, after Kevin had called me, I was meeting his brand new girlfriend, Jane. And again, he's a police officer at the time. He lived near Winter Park. I had a key to his apartment because it was easier to stay at his place than trying to explain to my mom why I'm going out. And so we're in Winter Park where he patrols. He's introducing me to his new girlfriend, Jane. And it's real close to where he lives, almost across the street. Going to Shell's Restaurant. Love that place. That doesn't exist anymore. It was raining a little bit, and Kevin, not being the gentleman type, didn't drop off Jane. So I walked up to the truck, and I had my umbrella, and of course I walked her to the canopy. And then Kevin ran up to me and kissed me right on the lips. It was nothing sexual. It was all about love. So anyway, if you guys are struggling, if you think of doing stupid shit, call a friend. Joey, 1/4 inch is the size of the elastic. I couldn't find any, so I found some 1 inch at Walmart, and which is why it's fraying a little bit. And I had to cut it a couple times to make a 1/4 inch. Because if you make it bigger than a 1/4 inch, guys, I'm glad you asked that, Joey. Because if your elastic is too big, too thick, it'll just pull it right off your ears. So anyway, enough of that shit. Here are the pigs, and here are the Teal Bears. Grr. Yeah. So let's see how she looks. So, and Kevin and I are still best friends. Like I said, his birthday is coming up in July. He is right near Matt's birthday and my sister's birthday. So 3 in a row. So, all right, there we go. Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, it pulls off the ears a little bit. I think these are 7 inch. I think I might adjust these to 8 inch. It'll still grab, but it won't feel like it's pulling it off the face. So, anyway, guys, thanks for listening. I am going to go to bed soon. I'm drinking water tonight. I think I'm gonna give my liver a break until I see Matt tomorrow night. Hey, Matt. So, thanks again for listening, guys, and watching. Be safe out there. Protect yourself. If you need a friend, give me a call. Matt, see you tomorrow night. And if you haven't done it yet, call your mom. See you guys.